what it means is that the government is not delivering on its promises to those areas that were considered previously as Labour strongholds, and that at the last election decided that they would give the Conservatives a chance. Now they've given them a chance, and it would appear that they're not very happy with the results that the government have now imposed on them. They have not delivered the levelling up agenda. They've seen the cost of living go up, and they've seen the money that they have to live on systematically eroded. So I think people are deeply unhappy with the way in which the government has performed, and it really is a matter of broken promises by this government.
Opinion polls are one thing, though, Barry, as we both know, and a cross in the box is quite another. Do you think they'd vote for Labour?
Look, you're absolutely right. These are opinion polls, and we must not, in the Labour Party, get carried away by that. What we must do is we must seek to put forward the policies that are going to give people confidence that actually a vote for Labour is a vote for a better future for them on all the things that matter, whether it's their children's education, whether it's money in their pocket from their jobs that they've seen eroded over the past 10 years, whether it's an end to unfair employment relations practices that I've spoken on GBNews before many times, like fire and rehire, making sure that employers are treating people fairly. I think most people in this country, they want to work hard, they want to do well, and they want to feel that the government backs them in doing that. They feel that this government has let them down, but I hope and I think that we need to be putting forward the policies that are going to give people confidence that coming back and voting for Labour is exactly what's going to map out the best future for them.
The other way to look at this, of course, is that people are fed up with coronavirus, they're fed up of lockdowns, they're fed up of a public health emergency. So there's been a fair bit of Boris bashing, if you like, going on because of that. Is that what it is? Or could we look at it another way and perhaps see that Keir Starmer has done pretty well in his short tenure so far?
Well, look, I think obviously people are fed up with the way in which the government has handled the corona epidemic. They've seen the way in which they've channeled money into their friends' pockets, companies being given huge contracts, companies that had no previous record of actually delivering PPE and other medical products. So people have felt very much that this is something that is squalid and unfair, and actually it's corrupt. And so I think people have felt really fed up with the government over that. But you ask, could it be just a matter of COVID and people being fed up with the pandemic? I don't think so. And actually, I think you would have not seen the differential in the polls that your commentator mentioned between those red wall seats and the nation in general, had that been the case. I think those red wall seats in particular feel that they wanted to give the government a chance, the Conservatives a chance. They have done, and they've now found them wanting.
I did ask you about COVID, and you've answered that fulsomely. I also asked you about Sir Keir Starmer. Do you think this is, as a former Corbyn ally, staunch Corbyn ally, do you think this was a right decision to put him in charge of the party? And do you think this is a positive boost for him?
Look, I'm delighted, and it's not just the Labour Party that's up in the polls, it's actually Keir Starmer's own ratings, and I'm delighted, of course I am. You say a former staunch Corbyn ally. I was a staunch ally of every Labour government that I've served in. I served as a minister in Tony Blair's government, I served under Gordon Brown, I served in opposition under Ed Miliband. So I'm a Labour man through and through. I don't hold with sort of sectarian allegiances. So I'm delighted that we're seeing a rise in the polls for Labour's fortunes, and I pay tribute to Keir for steering us in that direction to make sure that we can capitalise on it. But the real issue is about a government that is failing the public, and it's about the Labour Party putting forward the sort of policies that the public want to see, that's going to make a difference in their lives, that's going to make their children better off, and make their families feel more secure.